Hi, my name is Marley. I'm an occupational therapist here at Innovative. Today I'm going to show you some calming strategies to do with your kids that incorporate a lot of breathing and like oral work, which can be very common for kids. Using your mouth to do something, to do an activity, to breathe in and out through your mouth and nose are very calming, and they help build like lung strength in kids. The first activity I'm going to have starts in this bathroom, so I'm going to show you. You can turn off your lights, go into kind of a dark space, and light a candle. This candle has like kind of 3 lights. This is definitely going to be one where you're going to need to be very close with your kid, light it yourself, and do this breathing activity together. The first part of the activity is to pretend, if you don't have a candle, you actually can do this along with me. Pretend to blow out the candle on this screen. But instead of blowing it all the way out, I just want you to make the lights move, make your flame move. This takes a really light breath and teaches kids who are prone to be a little bit more forceful with a deep breath to take things slower, take a soft breath. It's called modulation when you teach kids to do something at like a lower level. With these soft breaths, try to have kids do it as long as they can. Say, keep breathing really soft to make the light dance. Do that until you just let it go out on accident. And if they really like it, you can keep doing that. I've done that activity with kids who are getting like a little agitated. I'll light a candle, I'll hold it, make sure they know some safety rules, which is a good opportunity to learn how to be safe. Alarm on something hot, like don't touch glass, keep your hair out of the way, don't touch the flame, keep your face a good distance. These are all really good things to teach kids with a real life application. So you can just keep blowing really soft. And I accidentally made one go out. I made them all go out. You can teach kids to do just really hard ones, light again. I find that kids even really like the process of lighting it yourself or watching you light it, not themselves.
Our next couple set of activities are going to take place on our stomachs. The reason we do breathing on our stomachs is because then you have the pressure of the ground pushing against your lungs. So in order to breathe, you have to use more muscles. And we call them breathing exercises because we're getting stronger. So I'm going to put my hands like this. Your kid may want to push all the way up like this when you ask them to do it. And that's because they're trying to not have the pressure of the ground. So I'd really encourage them like hands flat. They can still hold up their head because this becomes very challenging. But this will allow their lungs and their stomach, which is where our breathing muscles are located, to have the pressure of the ground. So now I'm going to do a game, and this game can be set up so many more fun ways. You can use torn paper, you can use little light toys, you can use cotton balls, you can use flowers, and then a target. So I'm using this Tupperware because it's very simple. If you have a cute basket or a laundry basket or whatever, it's fine. And then you want to give yourself a little bit of space between yourself and your target. You can give yourself a lot of space, make this a whole different fun activity. I've done this on smooth floors. If you put something slick under you, like a slick pillowcase, and then you can kind of wiggle around. But you put these here, and then I want you to breathe and push them into the bucket. So you're going to make big breaths here. This one's not necessarily about the light modulation like the candle. This is about strength and power. And then when you get them, if you have some over here, you can move your body. And if some pass, you gotta crawl forward, grab them, do it again. And you just keep going till you get them all in. And this is kind of exhausting. I would anticipate your kid to maybe want to do it a minute or two. Try to get them to do it a little bit longer, a little bit further. Just make it more and more challenging. I've also done this game with little foam letters, so you can make it a part about learning the alphabet and learning your letters while you go.
This breathing activity is going to feature a plate, or if you have like a glass container, and it has a thin layer of water on it. And then you can use food coloring. You could also use paint. some soap or some bubbles, and this is going to be kind of a multi-sensory activity about blowing with a straw. So on your plate, go ahead and put a couple drops of food coloring for the kid. Boop. Boop. I'm using red. Use whatever you have. I think a little bit of juice or something would work in this too, just something to add some color to your water. And then you use your straw to blow this around. You can do it so it doesn't touch, otherwise your child may try to suck in the water. So encourage them to just hover above and push the water with their breath. This one's got a big chunk. Make sure that every inch of your water is the same. Now that we have just some painty water, you can put in a little bit of bubbles. With kids, make sure you're stopping them if they're not taking in those good breaths in, because that's a really important part. And if they don't, they'll get kind of lightheaded. So they might need to take a break and take breaths in, like making that like really dramatic and well seen. So I got some soap in here. I'm going to blow some bubbles. Got a nice plate of bubbles here. They'll pretty quickly know if they breathe in that is not the correct thing to do. If you breathe in on the straw, you might have to even explain before, like, take your mouth off, then breathe. This activity could go on and on. It's so much fun and really good for breathing.